Hi there, it's Carol Marak at carolmarak.com. Welcome to Solo and Smart, my YouTube channel where I give achievable tips when growing older alone. And today I want to talk about a good practice that you can use to check in with yourself. Because some days we're up and some days we're down, right? And some days we're not quite sure how we feel. I know that it can be that way for me. But no matter if you are up or down, this self check-in practice will help you kind of track yourself. And I feel like it's a form of self-care. I received it through the website called Care to Connect, which was created by AARP. And I'll insert the link to the survey in the description below. And so you can click on that link and it'll take you to the website where you can complete it yourself and then get feedback. But I'm going to run through a few of these questions, and if you want to grab a journal, a pen, and take notes, then do this, several times a month if you wish, or every few weeks, or as often as you wish. And maybe the answers might start surprising you as you go through, as you follow through in a few months. You might see that you're changing and you're inviting more people to connect with you in your life. But the first question is, how many people in your area, could be your neighborhood, your community, could be a special organization that you belong with, but how many people do you feel you can depend on or feel close to? So just write that down. And the next one is, how many times in the past week did you visit or interact with someone who does not live with you? It could have been via a video chat, a online learning class, a discussion, an email even, perhaps texting with a friend, or maybe making a phone call or visiting someone in person. But how many times in the past week did you do that? And how many times did you talk with someone on your phone? It could be with friends, relatives, or someone at your faith community or a place where you volunteer. But how many times did you talk with someone on the phone? How many meetings did you attend? Could it be an online organized group, a volunteer group, or perhaps even a religious service that you attended? But so how many did you attend this week? Does it seem that your family or friends understand you most of the time, some of the time, or hardly ever? And be sure and just take notes. So when you're talking with your family or friends, do you feel you are being listened to most of the time, some of the time, or hardly ever? Now, when you're talking, so do you feel useful to your family and or friends most of the time, or some of the time, or hardly ever? Do you know what's going on with your family or friends most of the time, some of the time, or hardly ever? It's always a good idea to kind of check in with yourself to make sure that you are connecting. And the best way to know that is, how much do I know about this person? And I wonder what happened to them this week. Do you remember if they told you, or did you ask? So do you feel you have a definite role, a place in your family or among your friends most of the time, some of the time, or hardly ever? Can you talk about your deepest problems with at least some of your family or friends most of the time, some of the time, or hardly ever? Now, these are some really good questions that really make you think about your relationships and how well you connect with them and how well they connect with you. Because perhaps if you don't feel well connected, maybe there's a missing link. Maybe one of you or both of you aren't putting in the time, the energy, the effort that it takes to build a reciprocal relationship. So check out that link below because you might want to take the survey yourself, because once you do, they will send you feedback, and that way you can they'll give you some options or ideas of how to correct a way, maybe make some adjustments in your relationships. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little exercise, and circle back in the next day or two and I'll have more achievable tips. Thank you.